Welcome to another edition of Tokens and Tacos. My name is Enrique el Presidente, and with me we have the bodacious Mata Girl 1, Be Strong, and the one and only Dave Siles. We're going to be talking today about another token that I'm looking at it, and the way that I look at it, it is just breaking all the molds out there. It is ThunderCake. But before we start and do anything, no, señor. No financial advice. It's for education purposes.
For our entertainment
purposes only.
It's for our entertainment. I mean, I want to buy this damn thing. I mean, this is really good, dude. I mean, the way that I look at it is
fair disclosure. I may own some ThunderCake.
Oh, so
really? Tell us some more about that, Dave.
Yeah, so what made you buy ThunderCakes, aka Thundercats, aka Thunder Thighs?
Well, have you seen their website?
Well, I think I have, and I may have it up here. Wait a minute.
I'm triggered. He just said Thunder Thighs. So triggered right now.
Why is it so triggering?
Somebody call HR.
Luckily for the team here in Token and Tacos, there is no HR team here, so we can get away with it.
Yeah, I don't see
HR. They have left the building, but if you would like to help file a complaint on behalf of Mara, you can follow us on Twitter.
Or send that self-address envelope. Dude, I don't know who, but just do it.
All right, now back to the review, folks. ThunderCake, the first double token in the world that they claim is going to give you the power of 80-20, which, you know, for those of you that understand the power of 80-20, you're investing for now and the midterm, and then obviously you want to have something for the long-term piece of it as well. So,
I want it right now.
Indeed.
Well, Be Strong
long term here,
now, but
you're very needy, aren't you?
Be long or be gone, my friend. No. Giving you more names.
You know, what I personally like about the 80-20 when we review this token, you know, off of our show before the show tapes, was I saw the 80-20, and in reality, it reminded me of you know, my sales days, right? A lot of the salaries that you see are out there when you're in sales business. Sometimes it's a 50-50. You get a fixed salary and then you get a variable, right? 80-20, that's something that is used. And really, if you want to be part of this token, this is another reason why it's good to hodl, right? Because it's rewarding people exactly that with two different coins on an 80-20 split. Every 60 minutes, you're getting some of these reflections and rewarding, which to me is fantastic.
Yeah, and
so I get my cake and get to eat it too.
Well, you do.
Well, if you hold,
you can have your cake and eat it right away. But if you want to hodl, you know, you got your thorium in there, and that's the high potential token, right? And that's we actually covered thorium last week. So for those of you that are saying, "Hey, is this deja vu?" Yeah, it is a little bit, but honestly, the project here is taking advantage of the upstream thorium model, and at the same time, you know, cake is hot now, right? I mean, everybody wants cake. Who doesn't want cake? I want cake.
I love cake.
You know, cake has obviously the pancake swap exchangeable token, so you know you get that in ready available currency every 60 minutes, and if you're making that investment and keeping the thorium around, you know, it has the opportunity to be a high potential, high growth token down the line. And so that's where they're giving that 20% upside.
You know what, Dave, you know what I keep saying about seeing this evolution of alternative tokens that are being developed? Look at the boss chart here, where ThunderCake is comparing itself to Baby Cake. They talk about what the differences are. This, in reality, is what I like about this team a lot, that no one else is doing. Everybody can develop a contract. Well, I think we see over 3,000 contracts per day, if not more, just on the BSC network. But these guys, they're putting their money in it by directly going and saying, this is why we're different than Baby Cake. So for me, as an investor, yeah, when I started looking at the tokenomics, yeah, it's pretty bold. It's pretty ballsy. Let's just say
I like it. Features and benefits.
That is true.
Yeah, absolutely. And they, you know, the nice thing about it is this is a fully doxed team, right? They've obviously, you know, also gone through that with thorium, and you know, they even went out and did an AMA and let everybody ask any questions about them and the team, their future and their vision. You know, so you know they're playing in the major leagues, and they're doing it at scale. If you look at the traction they've been able to generate on social media, on Telegram, they're onto something here because they have a rapid following, and thorium, they put a line in the sand when they put it out and claiming to be the next safe moon, and really wanted to go take a stab at it, and they weren't shy there either. If you remember, they put a shot across the bow and pretty much said, hey, look.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, when you look at thorium, everywhere that I'm looking, and even analyzing thorium, if you look at the numbers of it, I hate to say it, but it is the safe moon 2.0, and kudos to the team that came up with the mathematics for that. So for in-depth coverage of mathematical geekiness kind of stuff, I want to make sure that I'm giving the opportunity to talk, to be strong, to see, dude, what's up with this, guys, man? Listen, something is up. I mean, I know that I'm giving you all the hype about this thing, but have you smelled some dirty secrets?
Finally.
What?
Finally, you're on.
You're over there. You're up there.
Just to listen to you.
Wait, who wants to listen to me?
I do.
Oh.
Be able to listen.
Well, I was looking over the audit of this, and it actually looks pretty darn good. There's some. It does. I really don't. I don't have any dirty, dark secrets about this. There are.
You personally as a developer, right? From a Solidity perspective, all that kind of stuff. When you're how does the complexity of having to do dual reflections work? I mean, like if we were to kind of do a 10,000 foot view of this, how would that work?
Well, because I am that Solidity expert, it's not difficult. Nothing is difficult. So it's everything's easy. Gotcha. So that's a stupid question. It's easy. It's easy for me because I can do it. It's not a problem. But in a contract like this, it's definitely got some cool things to it. There are aspects that need to go into account to be able to track those different reflections in those different tokens to be able to make sure that everybody's getting what they're supposed to get. Mm-hmm. So it adds some functions. It absolutely will up the gas a little bit, but not too much. But it's sound. It's a good contract. It's been audited. Even the issues they have are minor. They're literally called rounding errors. Mm-hmm. It's not a big deal. I like it. So everything about this, I'm good with. I love the I can have my cake and eat it too, because I have no idea what that means supposed to mean though. But I can do that with this one,
But let me ask you this, and just going more a little bit into the technicality of it, right? One of the things that the team is claiming is that every 60 minutes, these payouts happen on the 80/20, right? Now, mm-hmm. Obviously, that as you build a contract, that is part of the functions within the contract and whatnot. Are there any externalities that could prevent those 60 minutes? Like, how people are always thinking, oh, I didn't get this in 60 minutes. I mean, I'm thinking that they're, with some of the stuff that we've seen on the Binance network, sometimes there might be some some delays, right? Do you see anything from that perspective that guarantees that 60 minutes, or is it, anything can happen in that network?
Yeah, there. You're gonna have the transaction or the block time. It's gonna take some time to do each block, and it's not gonna happen every exactly 60 seconds because there's things like that just can't happen on the blockchain. So the blockchain's going to run from essentially each block to block. It has to be told what to do. It can't actually do a function on its own. It has to be told to do something. So what you have to build into the contract is essentially a trigger that after a certain time period happens, then it's going to trigger this event. So every 60 minutes means at least every 60 minutes, there's what's called block time. And that is done using Unix epoch time, which mm-hmm. is the amount of seconds that have passed since some specific, I think it's January 1st, 1970. And it just counts every second. Actually, we go to like decaseconds or whatever those are called. But essentially, when a block is mined, it records that time, and it's going to trigger that event based on if the amount of seconds have passed are more than that block time. Then actually, it'd be the block time is more than the time that's set. Then it goes ahead and it triggers that function, but it has to be told to do that, which is why it's usually written into the transfer function, because there's transfers happening all the time. Usually, there might be multiple a second, something like that. So it will definitely be close to that 60 minutes, but it's not going to be exact. But that's, it will happen on the next block. And when that happens, you get your damn cake. So eat it, enjoy it.
That is
and then you
right.
got your thorium to hold you over for the dessert later on.
That is exactly right. One of the things that I want to show up on the screen is, and I want to make sure that I classify it as one of the things that I also liked about the token is the fact that when they from a Twitter perspective, from a Telegram, from a the Poopcoin apps, from Bog Finance, from everything, these guys are making sure. Even Dex Guru, when you look at a lot of these coins, yeah, a lot of people know about Dex Guru, but these guys are making sure that investors know from every angle that they can imagine how to get the token out. Obviously, there is a section from a docs perspective, which if I'm just making sure that I can see the docs perspective. No, I cannot see it because it's going to a different screen. But from a docs perspective, they have one of the best detailed docs, and they're using Gitbook, which I know you and I are fans of Gitbook.
We are.
In there, they're explaining everything else that you can imagine from, actually, let me, I should be able to bring it in real quick. So if I look at ThunderCake and we go into their Gitbook, what we're going to find is their secret sauce on how to beat some of the whales, right? So I think it was within this area that obviously we know about the 80% cake, 20% thorium, but
there's a 1% cell tax.
Exactly.
That's how they do it too.
They've added a lot of nuggets within the contract to ensure that we're able to, as an investor, know that things are going to be good, that there's not going to be necessarily anything here. Here it is. 8% reflection rewards in cake. Obviously, we talked about that. 2% reflection rewards in thorium. The auto paid every 60 minutes, which we talked about. Anything can happen there. So the guys call it 60 minutes, but there may be some delays on the Binance network, right? 3% auto liquidity pull and auto buyback burn. That's another innovative thing. So they're looking at ensuring that at the end of the day that we are all protected. This is the 1% sales free. And of course, just like anything else, everybody has big marketing plans. But let me put you on the spot real quick. When I researched this was kind of cool, right? So sales are restricted for less than 0.1% of the total supply. Buys have a 0.5% limitation. So when you have a token that you have a huge whale, right? Billions of token. What's the significance of this, man? How much is this gonna hurt if that whale sells?
Oh, it's gonna sting. What does somebody who has a lot of money want more of? More money. Well, when you can take it away from them, they're gonna, if a whale is gonna decide to sell on you, you want to make sure that you kind of make it sting a little bit. So there's actually, it's been seen in multiple tokens lately where a whale will sell a little bit. Yes, Mara, I see a hand. Oh,
Mara,
yes, Mara. Yes.
This is it's turning to your turn now to do the analysis that you typically do.
No. First, I want to ask a question. Am I allowed to say that I don't like whales?
Well, depends on the whale you're talking about. The great ones that
I don't know. Some of our audience is saying, right. It's an awesome. Well, we like it. We like whales. Well, we don't like whales. Actually, we don't like when whales do stupid stuff.
Well, yeah. There you go.
I think whales are majestic AF, but not when they do the stuff that I don't like them to do.
Now, in all seriousness, though, whales are good to have. A good, smart whale is good to have, because they're going to be buying that token. They're going to be adding liquidity into that pool, and they're going to be building up and helping support that price floor. So whales are good. It's when whales go bad is when we don't like whales, and that's what these are supposed to do. Is it's supposed to help prevent that.
I don't know what could prevent a whale having a very large body and a very small brain, but I'll let you deal with that. I'll let you figure that part out.
All right. Well, on that note,
are you calling me a whale?
No.
I just scratched my head. What the hell's going on? What the hell? Why are we talking about SeaWorld? Let's just talk about marketing.
I don't know. I'm going to knock my background
Mara.
again.
Marketing.
So I like these folks.
Brought to you by ThunderCake, folks.
It is brought to you by ThunderCake.
Why do I keep getting pulled out?
I don't know. Could it be because you have a green screen?
Are you guys ashamed of me today? What's going on?
I am not ashamed. Look here. I'm not ashamed.
Call HR. Anyway, I like these folks. I'm excited.
I do too. Since
They're
with
awesome.
you and I, we should give these people a rating. What do you think?
I think we should do that.
Wait.
No waiting.
Wait.
I'm back. What?
Wait.
Thought I heard something
Waiting.
was going to happen.
I'm coming back in.
I'm back.
You're making
I'm
me
here.
cry. Where's HR?
Please don't cry.
But before we do the rating, we do need to talk about the marketing. So I will step aside and let Mara talk.
They have stayed.
Please go for it.
Please.
I've been talking for half an hour and you guys just keep shutting me out. Anyway, I love these guys. I love that they're giving me options. I love that their social is tight. They're everywhere. They are everywhere. But like I said before with another project, they have put their efforts into the serious channels where real investors, I don't want to say unreal people, hang out on Instagram, but I like where they're putting their efforts. And I think their efforts are very clean. They're very transparent. They're very open. I like their website. There's a lot of information there because this is like you have your cake and eat it too. You're actually being rewarded in 2 different coins for holding, which is phenomenal. So there's a lot of information there and they're Eli 5ing it. So shout out to El Presidente for the Eli 5.
Thank you.
Waiting to be like I'm 5.
So what you're saying is what you're doing for me is I made sure that I taught you the Eli 5 stuff. There you go.
And what they're doing for me is they're laying it all out so that I can learn as I go. And I'm not, because what they're providing could be intimidating because it's a lot and they're really changing the game. It makes it more digestible for those of us that are beginning in this process, or it's easy for us to educate on it. So I'm giving them a high five for that.
I listen, I agree with you. I think that out of the years that I've been doing this, you see a lot of progressions of tokens that have made a significance in the cryptocurrency world. There is no doubt in my mind that this token is going to be very significant. It's already significant as it is when you're looking at everything that they've done, but it's going to start resonating a lot more and more and more. Who cares about damn dogs and babies and whatnot? This is the token.
I actually think I like what these folks are doing. That's what I like. I like it. I really want to see what they're going to continue to provide to the space. And I keep my eyes on them.
I agree. Well, I think I need to talk to the producer because I think it is now time to, well, wait a minute. So again, we have ThunderCake, which is Thundercat, which is Thunder Thighs. I like my ThunderCake.
Thunder. What do they call bossy girls?
Exactly.
What do they call women in leadership? Thunder blank. Please send your responses to social@voyeur.me.
Please send.
All right. Well, on that note, we need to rate this. This one.
Oh boy!
And I know we used to do tacos, but I don't think we can do this one justice with tacos. And we've talked about so much cake. I think we got to rate it in cake. So.
We need like a layer.
Just remember, if you're on the bottom row, you got to eat.
That's right.
That is true. It was cake.
I'm going 5.
Yum, yum,
I'm
yum,
going to do it 5 cakes with a little bit of thunder in the corner.
I got this Thunder Cake right here.
Oh, you get nothing. I got all the beautiful cakes. Did you see those little toys?
All right. Well,
went away.
folks, as always, we do these reviews daily. So if you've enjoyed this wonderful presentation of ThunderCake with my dysfunctional crew, please tune in.
Hey,
come on now.
Hey, I'm on the crew too, so I'm with you guys. So we're all.
And if you have an HR firm, give us a call. Give us a call.
No, you don't want. No.
We need help.
On that note, we'll be back tomorrow, folks.